Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well. I'm gonna preface this video that I am sick. I was feeling great Wednesday and then Thursday hit and it just I woke up kind of feeling that itchy throat, and then throughout the day Thursday, I just went downhill super fast. So now it's the next day and I'm just very congested. I'm very tired. So just forgive my lack of energy or my nasal sounding voice or anything else that just might be a little obnoxious. I apologize. But I wanted to show you guys my 2026 planner haul. I'm really excited about it. I know that this is not a planner channel, it's a budgeting channel, but it seems like a lot of you guys are actually into planners as well. So I thought that this would be a fun little bonus video for those of you who are interested. And if you're not interested, obviously you can skip this one, no hard feelings. But I wanted to share my little planner haul here. I'm really excited about it. I am switching up a few things this year from what I've been doing the last few years. I have been using a Hobonichi cousin. So for instance, this is the layout for the cousin, and then you have your daily pages as well. I was using the weekly pages for my everyday planning and then using these pages for work, and that worked really well for me for a couple of years. But I've started noticing that I just wasn't really enjoying how much space there was. I just couldn't seem to find a good way to use up the space in a way that made sense to me and felt productive. I just felt like it was giving me too much space. Last year I was using the daily pages for journaling, but then I realized I didn't really want to put my everyday plans in with my journaling. It's not horrible, but I kind of didn't want that. I wanted a separate journal from my everyday planning. So this year I used a Hobonichi A6. I think this is the original or the Hone, or I don't really know I don't remember what it's called, but it's just one day on a page. There's no monthly calendar other than this in the front. It goes straight into everyday pages. And I use this for my daily journaling. This actually ended up being too small. I really like the size of the cousin daily pages. So in comparison, you can see it's very small. And I do like to add ephemera in here. So when my husband and I went on a little matcha date, I kept the sticker, or I get something really yummy from Starbucks, I'll keep the little sticker, or things like that. This was where I had found a napkin in a used book that I bought, and I just kept it in there. I don't know. So I do like to keep things in here while still having space to write, and I just want to have a little more space to be creative. So I wanted an A5 daily like this, but without the weeks in the front. So we're doing a few things a little bit different this year, and I'm really excited about it. The first thing that I did was buy a Kinbor. I hadn't heard of this until about maybe last month, and I had seen a bunch of people say this is a lot like the Hobonichi weeks. This is just an annual calendar, 2026 calendar. I'm probably going to give this to my kids. I bought a Hobonichi weeks probably in August, just to kind of test it out and see if I liked it before I decided what I was using this year. And I love the size of the Hobonichi weeks. I've used it maybe 8 or 9 years ago and it was way too small, but I love it now. Seasons change, things change. Love the way that I utilize the space in those for my daily planning. So I wanted one for work, one for every day, and then an A5 for my journaling. But I didn't want to spend the money on a week's for work just because I don't really care what my work planner is, because it's just a work planner. And I'm very much the type to throw my planners out each year. So my day-to-day planning planners get thrown out every year, and I just keep my journal. So this is laid out pretty much exactly like the Hobonichi branded weeks, where you have all your months in the front, and then it gets into your weeklies, and it's laid out almost identically the same. You have a little more space in these boxes, and I think some minuscule things are different, but overall it's basically the exact same. The paper feels really nice, but I'm literally just jotting down meetings, calls, deadlines, The note side I like to use for just things that I need to remember. I like to just write my notes for the week as well, so I can always flip back and just reference that if I need to. So this is what I'm going to be using for my work planner in 2026. This is the Kinbor, I don't know what they would call it, the Kinbor weeks. I don't know. And I got it in like their, I can't remember what this is called, but it's like a peachy color, and I'm excited. I think it'll be great for work. Now into the fun stuff that I'm so excited for. This is my order from Yoseka Stationery. This is the meat and potatoes of my planning stuff from Hobonichi, of course, because I'm a huge fan of Hobonichi. It's always worked well for me, and so I hesitate to stray from it because then I don't want to be stuck all year in something I don't like. This is cute. What is this? And this is my first time ordering from Yoseka, so that's exciting. How cute. That is so cool. I love that. So these are the types of things that I would like enjoy sticking in my planner, and even like maybe cutting this out and sticking it in there. These are the types of things that I just want room to save, you know? So typically with my Hobonichis, I've been using this cover that I got from Amazon for, as you can see, I think this is the third year that I've used this. It was like a $35 on Amazon. It has served me really well. And I told myself that if I was consistent in using my planner, that I would treat myself to a Hobonichi cover if I found one that I really liked. And each year that went by, there were ones that I liked but didn't love, so I just kept using this one. Now we're on the third year of this one, and I found a Hobonichi cover that I loved, so I went ahead and treated myself to it. So I'm really excited. Right on top is the Hobonichi weeks that I'm going to be using for my personal planning. I got mine in the melon sorbet colorway. I love this color so much. It's something about this green, just I love it. I love it. It's like, it's bright and kind of neon without being bright and neon. It's stunning. As soon as I saw it, I knew that this was the cover I wanted. They had so many covers to choose from that I almost got instead, but this one just kept calling to me. And so I got this one, and I'm so excited. And I am very much not the type that needs all of my covers to match. Like, I don't care if they look good together. None of that bothers me. So I also got the clear cover for the weeks just to keep it kind of clean, because this texture can get a little crazy. And as you can see, even though I don't take my planners with me, they get gross. So I went ahead and got the clear cover. This is a little pamphlet that it comes with. Last year's was really creepy, so I'm glad they knocked that nonsense out and just went back to like cute little things like that. I also have always wanted some pencil boards, and I just never really found any that I loved a ton. So this year they did have a couple that I liked, so I got them. I got 2 for the weeks and 2 for my A5, which is going to be my daily journal. Honestly, in the past, I always just used these little things that came with the Hobonichi. Like, when they put it in the packaging, they have one on the front and one on the back. I've just been using these as pencil boards, and I'm still going to keep them because I'm probably still going to do the same thing. But I'm excited to have these. The pencil boards just help you write, especially if you use stickers and things like that. It kind of just helps give like a flat background. So you just stick it behind your page, and then you have like a firmer space to write on. Yeah, so I'm really excited. The 2 that I chose was this panda one. I don't remember what it's called, Love It Panda. And I just thought it was so cute. On the back, you do have like measurements in case you want to use this as like a ruler or whatever. And then honestly, I'm not super into anime. My husband is, and I'll watch it when it's on with him, but I haven't gotten into a show like from start to finish. I kind of just watch whenever he's watching, and I'm doing other things as well. But One Piece is something he's been watching for a couple of years now, and he is a huge fan. And even though I personally don't watch it, and honestly sometimes it gets on my nerves because like they're constantly yelling, and it's just like, you know, but I don't know, I saw it and it made me think of my husband. So honestly, I got this because it makes me smile and it makes me think of my husband. Not because I'm a One Piece fan. It's just, I don't know, it just makes me smile. And then this one is just, it was cute. So I got 2 pencil boards. I also got these little notebooks. These are just like extra little notepads. You could stick it in your weeks if you want to, or if you have a cover, you can like stick it in with that, but it's just for extra, you know, like if you just kind of want extra note papers, or you want to like separate certain information. I'm going to use one for gardening, because if you don't know, we have a large garden in the back. We also have a bunch of fruit trees in the back, and we grow a lot of our fresh produce, and we, you know, preserve a lot of the stuff that we grow, and are kind of working our way towards self-sufficiency in that way. There's 2 pear trees, 2 apple trees, a plum tree, and a peach tree, and they're still young. They're only a couple years old, so they haven't bore fruit yet, but that, and then we just grow pretty much anything we can grow. We grow onions, corn, carrots, squash, cucumbers, just melons, all the things. Anything that we can find a seed for or a starter plant for, we throw in there and just see what happens. Literally grew peanuts this year. Like, just whatever we want to experiment with, we throw out there, and we try to grow a bunch of like tomatoes and things so that we can make tomato sauce and can it. Same with like onions. We grow different varieties that store differently so we can try to work our way through the year. And just taking notes is going to be really helpful, because like this year was the first year we really got into the groove of like onions and stuff. And so just jotting down notes as we go so that we can improve each year and get a little more productive each year, cut out things that we actually didn't really enjoy or weren't productive for us, that sort of thing. So I didn't want to get a whole planner for that, because I don't personally need to track like the weather. I don't need to track when I put things in and when I didn't. I think something like this is perfect, just a few pages to jot some notes down for each garden season. And then I can just keep these, and they don't take up a lot of space, and I can just go back and reflect each year and just, yeah, hone in that way. So I got the pack because one is going to be for gardening, like I said. One is going to be for my fountain pen inks. I like to test out my fountain pen inks. Speaking of which, where those must be, I had bought some fountain pen inks. Ah, okay. I almost threw them away. I'm glad we said that, because I had bought 2 ink samples and like could not find them. But yeah, I predominantly use fountain pens in my day-to-day like life, just writing notes and all those sorts of things. I enjoy fountain pens. They help me because I tend to grip my pens really hard, and so they just kind of help me with like not having my hands cramp and stuff like that. I only have bought 1 full bottle of ink so far. Everything else are all samples, but I have like probably over 100 samples by now. And when I get new ones, I like to just do a little like sample of it. So yeah, I got these mostly for like swatching and garden tracking and just those little things that I didn't want a big notebook for. And since they're sitting here, I did get 2 samples of really fun Bungu Box inks. I've never used Bungu Box ink before, but I got the color Lamont and Ibisu, and I will put the color swatch that Yoseka has on their website. I'll put that up there, because right now my office is such a mess, and I'm probably not going to be able to sample these right now. I also got this notebook. This has Marmon paper. I love Marmon paper. As I've kind of gone through this fountain pen journey, I have learned about a ton of different papers, and I've been able to test a lot of different papers, and it's actually really fun. And I also have a few pen pals, so I got this notebook because it's perforated, and I can tear this out to write my pen pals back. I've really gravitated towards Marmon paper. It just works really well. I like that it's white instead of cream. So I don't know if you can see the difference, but yeah, when it comes to like pen pal letters, I like the paper to be white if I can help it. So yeah, I got this notebook for writing letters. And then this is going to be my everyday journal. It's going to be so weird because this year I'm actually not planning on using a Hobonichi cousin. And this is the first year in 3 or 4 years that I will not be using a Hobonichi cousin. It's so strange. I'm excited. This is why I've decided to do 2 of like the week's size. So again, for work and for my personal planning, it has just been working really well for me. And then I just got this notebook. It's just a notebook. It's not dated, none of that. I honestly don't even think it has enough pages. I think it's like 288 if you count front and back of paper. So I'm probably going to end up using 2 of these for the year, but I wanted the A5 size without the weekly planner in the front. I didn't want to have to cut pages out or leave pages blank. So I struggled for a really long time to figure out like, what am I going to use for my planner? And I decided to just go for a plain notebook. So I got this beautiful botanical printed notebook. I love this. And I'm just going to write the dates in each day. And I think the good thing about this is that I can do like title pages. Like it's not like every day is already pre-dated. So if I want to, I can do like a page, just like a decorative title page for January. And then I can do a page of like my monthly favorites or something. And then I can jump into my journaling if I want to. And I really like that freedom. So I think that that's going to work really well for me this coming year. And I'm really excited about it. But again, I couldn't find one that had enough pages for one whole year. So I will probably end up having to do like the Avec type system where I have half a year in one and half a year in another, but I am okay with that because that means that I can add all of the ephemera, all of the mementos and creative add-ons and stuff and it not get insanely thick. It'll get thick, but by the time it gets too thick, I'll be switching to a new one. So I'm really excited about that. And then to go along with that, I bought 2 A5 sized pencil boards. So these are the pencil boards for the A5 and I thought these were really pretty. And again, it's just one of those things where you can stick it behind the paper that you're writing on, especially for something like this where I'll be using like stickers and ephemera and stuff. They'll just give me like a nice flat surface to write on. And especially when you're writing on like this side, because if there's like stickers and all your things here, you can just have something nice and flat to write on. So I got 2 of those as well. This is the most exciting thing. My cover. I'm so excited. Now, the annoying thing is that this year, for whatever reason, you couldn't buy a cover without buying a planner. So for the A5 covers, it came with the Hobonichi cousin. You could not buy them separate. You could buy the Hobonichi cousin by itself, but you couldn't buy any of the covers by themselves. The week covers came with a week, I believe. It was kind of annoying because it made it like $128 or something, but what I plan on doing is just selling this because I don't have a use for it. I'm not going to use it this year. Originally, I was going to just make myself use this instead and just use it how I've been using it, like just find a way to like it. But I was like, why am I going to do that? I'm not going to force myself to use a system that isn't fully functional for me. And I've already acknowledged that. But yeah, this is a Monday Start English Edition Hobonichi cousin for 2026. And again, I had to get this in order to get the cover, but I'm going to keep the cover and I'm going to sell the book so that I get a little bit of my money back and it makes this more affordable, you know? But I'm so excited about this. Hobonichi covers are very expensive in my opinion, but, again, I use my covers for years. So to me, I feel like it's a good investment. I just wanted to make sure I found one that I actually liked and felt would be something I'd want to use year after year to make it a good investment. And this was definitely it. Oh, cute. This just tells you like how to keep it clean and maintain it. But yeah, I'm jumping the gun. This is the Hobonichi A5 Tragan in the mustard color. I am a huge fan of these kind of grungy, ugly, earthy colors. So like muddy browns, mustard oranges, pukey, poopy greens. I love those like ugly, earthy colors. So when I saw this, I was like, oh no, I really want this. And again, it's meant to fit the Hobonichi cousin. I'm hoping that my journal will fit in here the same way. I gotta bend it back a little bit. Let's see. Yes! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Look how pretty it is. And because this notebook is like half the thickness of the Hobonichi Cousin, I do have room for this to get nice and like puffy as I journal, and it still fit nicely in here. This closes with a magnetic closure. You also have this zippered pouch section, so like pens, pencils, stickers, things like that you can like stick in here. I typically don't take my planner with me to places, but since this is just my journal, I felt like this would be really fun to like take to a coffee shop and journal and things like that. So I'm really excited. So obviously here in the front you have some little slots here that you can keep things in, and then in the back you also have a little pocket. I think this would fit one of these notebooks like perfectly. Am I tripping? No, it fits it really nicely. Oh, nice. And then you have like a little pen loop and things like that. And this apparently is really easy to clean. So I'm excited about that. In the back here, you also have another little pocket that you can keep things. So I'm just so excited about this. Oh my gosh. Now I'm like, okay, I need it to be 2026 because I cannot wait. This is so fun. So this is my 2026 planner lineup / Yoseka stationery haul. I'm so excited. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to see like me setting this planner up, or if you want occasional plan with me's, let me know and I could do that. But for the most part, I kind of just plan when I need to, and I don't want to add to my plate doing like routine plan with me's like every week or whatever. So I won't be doing that. But if you want to see an occasional one, that's cool. Let me know. If you're also a planner person, let me know what planners you're using in the coming year. Are you trying something new? Are you going with tried and true? Let's chat a little bit about it down below. And if you're not a planner person, you can still stop by and just say hey and let us know how your day is going. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go now. Thank you so much for procrastinating on all the things with me and opening this up with me. I hope you guys are taking really good care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.